I'm Dominic Surya. I play the violin, and we have a few words about our past years. While at a coffee shop in Great Britain, British Prime Minister David Cameron refused to tip because he'd had to wait whole minutes not to receive his coffee. In India, thousands of rail passengers stormed a station office after noticing that a signaling error had sent their train 5 hours away from their next stop. In 2000, the world waited on bated breath for the results of the US presidential election for 2 weeks, and we know how that one turned out. And in a lifeboat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a skinny Indian boy by the name of Pai Patel waited for 7 months to find land with a Bengal tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, cellist Clark Cunningham White and bassist Nathan Walker, since beginning their orchestral lives with Mr. Ryko, have seen the passing of 8 long years. Here's Clark Cunningham White.
Thanks, Dominic. Of all the introductions I've ever had, that was the most recent. Listening to the orchestras here tonight, you can definitely get a good feel of all the hard work us students have put into our music. But the most observant of you, and I'll let you guys fight that one out amongst yourselves, will notice all the energy and enthusiasm that Mrs. Mayer and Mr. Ryko put into their jobs. And unfortunately, a lot of their effects go unnoticed. And I do want to share a quick personal story. A couple of years ago at this concert, it was probably freshman year, I was leaving and I felt a large tug from my coat, and I looked around, and it was a 5th grader, I could tell, wearing his first concert uniform. And he said to me, you know, I was going to quit next year. You know, I wasn't really into orchestra. But after listening to how great you high schoolers sound, and, you know, Mr. Ryko sounds like such a great teacher, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to keep on playing. And I thought, well, that didn't actually happen. But my point being that it might as well have happened. So I'd like to just end on some words by Willa Cather. What is any art but a mold in which to capture that elusive element which is life itself? Life hurrying past us and running away, too strong to stop, too sweet to lose. Thank you.
That time of year again, and standing up here getting my blanket, it's kind of finally hitting me that this guy I've been with since 5th grade is not going to be my director anymore. And a little story about when I first wanted to start 5th grade orchestra. My dad and I were at Barnes & Noble. Do you remember this? Oh. Well, this actually happened. My dad and I were at Barnes & Noble when we ran into Mr. Ryko, and this is the first time I've ever really seen him. So I'm a little 5th grader going, wow, that's Mr. Ryko, okay? And then my dad and him were good buddies from college, so they got to chatting for quite some time. And a few parting words were said, and the last little sentence was, oh yeah, and Nathan wants to play bass in 5th grade orchestra. And I just said, I do? Okay. So I started bass in 5th grade, and Mr. Ryko did this really cool thing called the Orchestra Marathon, where we put in the CD for the Essential Elements book, and we'd play through the entire book at East Middle School in the morning before school started. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And another day, we did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And if you could play it with the normal rhythm and the pepperoni pizza rhythm, you get a Twinkie, as he liked to call it, Twinkie Twinkie Little Star. So basically what I'm trying to say is, I've had a really, really good connection with Mr. Ryko for 7 years, and it's tough to leave. And I know that he's such a great director and a great person that he's really going to have that same connection with all these other kids that are going to come up into 8th grade through their senior years of high school. And Tom Wilkins, former conductor of the Detroit Symphony and the present conductor of the Omaha Symphony, Brandon, my conductor from Youth Arts Festival, he said, when you're up there teaching music, you're not only teaching people how to be musicians, but you're teaching them how to be better people. And I really feel like knowing Mr. Ryko for 7 years, being in orchestra, he's really shaped not only my musicianship, but the way I am around other people, and really helped me become a great person. And some parting words from Ludwig van Beethoven. I'm going to skip the first part because we all know Beethoven was kind of naughty in his later days. You're a happy fellow, for you'll give happiness and joy to many other people. There is nothing better or greater than that. So thank you, Mr. Ryko. I'm told you're supposed to open the one with the bow first. There's 2 ones with the bow. Go with the ribbon. Go with the ribbon. Because I know what that one is. Yeah.
Right. Right there in front of the East sign, it says, "We survived Psycho Ryko." All right, that's awesome. It's my own donut maker. I think I said something about making donuts today. Thank you. And it's the donut making mix. All right.